I told that nigga I need the world, the sun, and the moon.
What's the procedure when a bad bitch walk in the room?
We interrupt our program to bring you this important message.
Welcome to this Friday night of UNVME The Real Talk with your girl Delana and
Treya.
We're back again, guys. And we have two special guests tonight. Dre's handsome young boys, but my nephews as well. We have Manolo and we have Daylin.
Welcome.
Come on, boys.
This guy is so freaking silly. We're gonna go to the Delana. She don't bite.
We're going to have some questions for the young men tonight.
Yes. Thanks for joining us tonight on this lovely Friday.
Don't be scared. You here with your auntie and your mom. We're good. It's nice just to have a little younger perspective. You know what I mean? So you getting old.
You look old.
So a lot of I felt the questions that people were putting in the comments were like, you know, some people were DMing us and saying that they wanted to see some male perspective. So we're gonna start with the younger males first to see, you know, how they feel about some of the things that we have to talk about.
First, I want to say thank you to everybody for everybody's opinion, everybody's inboxes, the outpour of support. We definitely appreciate it. So we are going to ask them some questions. As she said, I have some things down, and we did not prep them. FYI, they wanted to be prepped, but we did not prep them.
They don't even know the questions,
No.
so this is the real talk.
Yes,
Real raw.
raw, uncut. You can see the faces. What's up, Dwight?
Not a little late, little raw. Except you always on time, nephew.
Slide over on the couch.
You always on time.
What's going on?
Don't be acting like I bite boyfriend.
So we're gonna ask them some questions.
Surprise guest.
Yes, a couple questions.
Okay.
And I want each individual person to answer this, you know, as honestly, you know, the one thing I am with my kids are always 100% honest and open. So they will tell you, like, we're going to sit here and we talk. We don't cut, there's no cutting to the short. There's no talking to them as if they were not the equal. I want the raw, uncut version. So I wrote these couple of questions that I found, and I want to see what their opinions of them are. All right. So let's see. Let's start it off.
She's always been like that with the boys. Me, on the other hand, when my kids come up here, baby.
You're not gonna
Baby. No. I'm gonna be real uncut. I don't know what they gonna say though.
Shout out my cousins. They know what's going
Listen. Yes, baby. They was in the trenches. The struggle was real as a single mom. It was real.
And it's funny so that you say that, because that's exactly what these first 5 questions are about. The title is the early year of family dynamics and your influences.
Mm.
So, because I have 3 different personalities, 3 different individuals. Everybody's birthday is different, so it's no same sign. So everybody has their own emotions, attitudes, everything.
She had 3. I'll continue. I don't know why. We was matching each other's energy for a while, and then I just took off to a whole nother level. But, you know, that's what happens sometimes. It's the ADHD.
So you have 5. Wait, so how is it with 5 different personalities?
I'm not sure how I'm dealing with this still. Like, I don't know. I mean, it's a lot because you get, especially when they're at certain ages, like I thought it was cute. So let's start with this. I thought it was really cute because my oldest sister and I are 6 years apart. So we were never in school together. I missed that part.
Okay.
Like, you know, I have friends who their older siblings maybe will be in 2 grades above them. So nobody really messed with them. You know, you didn't get picked on because you had a sibling. I didn't have that. I had to set my own tone. So I always wanted my boys to have a sibling with them going through school.
Okay.
But I didn't really think about it. Well, once they start getting to the teenage years, you know what I mean? Because as soon as you're dealing with one hormone, the other one's coming right behind it. And then you get those 2 out the way, and then another one's coming right behind it. And then I had a break for a minute, and I was like, oh, this is nice. This is nice. And then my Caleb came, and then I was like, but Caleb was a chill. I would honestly say, you're not supposed to have no favorites. I don't have any favorites. And and then Caleb was like an old soul, so it wasn't as bad with him. And then my little pops, he's rear in there. But the older three, oh yeah, all my gray hairs came from them, especially my oldest one. Every last gray hair. Girl, I had all gray hairs by 24. Mm-hmm. And he was only probably 5. So.
Say raw and uncut.
Yes, absolutely. But it was always good. I will say the 3 boys, it was always good having our boys together. Like, you know what I mean? They sync with each other. Like they probably talked about us together and all kind of stuff, which was cool because we talked about them too. So it's not a problem. You know what I mean? It is what it is. They were like Auntie Wild and my mom Wild, like this. It's all love. It's all love. But they got through it and they're young men now. You know what I mean? So we now get to have them here to reflect on how they became young men. And I'm very proud of y'all, nephews.
Thank you.
Very proud of y'all. Even though Manolo went out on a date without me the other day. I wasn't very happy about that.
What?
Mm-hmm.
I'll definitely say, speaking about just us growing up together, like me and Dan, we just speak for, me, him, Cameron, Tyler. That room, man.
Yep.
Back on Spruce Street.
Yep.
It was packed up in or even on weekends. Can we go to Delena's house? Kinder College.
Yep.
Is this for the ones who don't know? The OGs that was really up in Kinder College, like,
yep.
And it was there, like, just, growing up with those two, they were like our brothers. Like, it was no different, right? And I'll say that because, besides us always being together, like, we were inseparable. Like, me and Dalen looked at Tyler and Cameron's relationship, and they were close, just like how me and Dalen were. So no matter where we went, we always had each other's backs. Like, we being, in the daycare, picking on all the other little kids. Tyler was already a man child at that age. It was like, all right, we with him. Everybody met with us. So, and then, we get into that, and then all 4 of us come, they'd be like, there go Drea boys, there go Delana boys, you better watch out. It got so bad, the teachers used to be like, yo, come get your kids. And it was there. And then, like, just growing up, again, like, it was just fun. Like, you don't notice it when you're a kid, but when you get older, you think about all those times that you had, like, all those sleepovers, all those times you spent, playing video games, like, as a young kid, and you're just like, wow, that's crazy, man. To see it segue to when we got into high school and, like, in middle school, like, that was such a journey, and, like, for me, as I was getting in there, I wasn't as, physically developed as Tyler was when we were younger, but he never allowed people to diminish that from me. Like, even when he was at Brick, I remember he took me to one of his games, and he had met these 2 kids, the No-Ball twins, good guys still.
Oh, No-Balls, yeah.
But he was obviously the man over there. Like, I'm just be honest. Like, it was there, and, like, I was just seeing how they were, because he was a year older than me. Like, for grade-wise, we were born the same year. So to see how he did it and how he was interacting with, like, Anthony and all them playing against Man One, like, he was like, nah, that's my little cousin. Like, he's nice, like, for real. And I just wasn't as big as those guys, but he was like, nah, like, wait till he get his shot. And it ended up
You
coming.
got skills.
And I remember that. And it'd be times like that. Like, he never let anybody, like, diminish that. And I always respected that because it always carried over,
Because we were family. At the end of the day, like, we were family. Like, it was like, oh, my nephews play in Middletown. Was it South or North? I always get the North. Middletown North, you know what I mean? The boys played in Ocean. Like, it was never not that kind of love. So
I think they almost report is the fact that our connection is never forced. Like, from day one, it never felt like forced or anything like that. Just guys kind of put us in the same place and then have similar interests. The way Tyler with football and everything like that. Cameron with music. Like, everything.
And that's crazy.
Everything just kind of, like, goes hand in hand. Again, it was never forced. Like, we just had similar interests. So I'm always been grateful for that.
I'm waiting for a remix. That's what I'm waiting for. I'm just waiting so I can get on the track. Wait a minute, so I can get on the track. My sister want to get on the track too. Shout out for Tammy because she said she want to get on the track too. You know what I mean? Us milks can dance too. Okay, don't play with us.
Yes.
But it was always. I think it was always like that though. Even like with the boys and stuff. Like It was never where we had to be like, oh, we're going here. Oh, here we got to go to Bitch Dre house. No, it was like, all right, they be in the car before me.
We went to Puerto Rico together.
Yeah. No, that was a trip. Yes, absolutely.
We did a lot. Like, yeah.
You have a lot of milestones from babies to young men together. You know what I mean? And even when we get, we're not getting old, but when we get older, well, we might not, you know what I mean? When we're having grandkids and you guys have your families and stuff, those are things that you can look back at, like even pictures. You know what I mean? Like, I know sometimes the boys be like, oh, here y'all go with pictures. But you know what? You go back to those pictures and you can remember the time and the memories and how you felt at that time.
Like,
So,
literally, you look at a picture and then all of a sudden it just puts you right back in that moment.
mm-hmm.
It's like music, almost like you know, for
literally,
them
you
and
go
how
back to a
they
certain day, certain time, and like such and such happening, kind of just put everything together.
Yeah.
And it makes you get that same exact emotion that you had originally. So,
Yeah.
you know,
Right.
it's crazy. It's something to get
Priceless.
No, I like it.
And it's even crazier because like then you see like Manolo coming up and then me, him, Cameron, and Tyler were already kind of older, and then you see Caleb come in, right? And then I see her always traveling behind us, like us four, and he's like, "Can I come?" And then we'd be like, "No, you can't come," and then he'd be like, "Mom, they won't let me play video games." All the time. That's the story for everybody.
Yes.
I don't want to put
Yeah,
but
shout out
they
to
used to
Fairman.
get kicked out the room.
We was on.
It was bad. But then, like, as he was getting older, it was like, okay, man. And then Caleb will come, and then Manolo came, and then Braylon. Like, it's crazy to see, like, even them, like, when they end up getting together, their little group, their little 3, 4. It's like, wow, like they got along just like us. Like it was never anything different, and then it was just there. It's like meant to be. I feel like, right, because we were good, and then it was always the same way all the way down. And it's just crazy now. Getting to see where we are now. Caleb in college, probably about graduate in like 3 years for real.
Yeah.
But and then next is Braylon. He's the last one. You know what I mean? Like it's crazy. Like you right underneath Caleb, Braylon is about to be in high school soon at some point, like maybe a couple 3 years.
He's 8th grade now.
See, in a year. So think about that. That's how old I am.
He's
there.
Wait, what grade are you in, Lolo? You're 11, so you'll see you next year. I gotta call the school and tell them to leave you back.
We was in Puerto Rico when I had to hang out with Braylon.
Yes, I remember the pictures. Yeah.
So that just puts it in perspective, like that's family, right? And it's.
I even had the picture of y'all when y'all came over to our Airbnb. And y'all running around playing, dancing, and all kind of stuff with no shirts on and stuff. You looking wild, and y'all two looking at them like, fools. Yeah, they was. I don't know what they was doing. My baby didn't have no rhythm at that time. I don't know where he got that from.
Oh no.
That's what that just shows you. Like I said, time, man. Time is one thing we can't get back. You know what I'm saying? So it's like make those memories forsake forever. You know what I'm saying? People that come in contact with you, make them times be valuable. You know what I'm saying? Because you can't get that back, and nobody wants to spend time and energy with somebody who they don't feel that is family oriented.
I ain't doing it. You'll never hear from me again. I get straight, just like Cardi B, for real. Energy. I'm all about energy. If I walk into a room and energy is off, family, friends, it's just what it is. You know what I mean? It's never been there. It's like you pick up right where you left off at. You know what I mean? Dre and I have had years where we're all working on our careers. We don't talk all the time, but when we get back, it's like it was yesterday.
Yeah. And that's how me, Tyler, and Dalen and Cameron are. It'll be a couple months.
When we saw last year,
exactly.
He was at the bar one time.
Exactly.
He was out. I was
Go ahead, do tell.
I know where my kids be at. It's 7 o'clock on a Friday. You know where your kids are at?
It's that when you see them, and it's like it's weird because like you'll be in there and you'll just be like, you might not know anybody else in there, but we recognize each other no matter what. It will never change. Even though like when Nasir got older and he got grown and Dale hadn't seen him in a long time, he was like, "That's Nasir." Yeah, it was bad. Yeah.
Dylan. I was like, oh,
Yeah.
yo, bro.
Yeah. I say like a grown man.
Yeah, I'm like,
So, you know, it's one of those things that like I'm happy and grateful that we made that connection so early because it was you never know. Like you never know who's gonna be in your life forever. I'm just happy that that was there.
Yeah.
Because I mean, on top of these two, I got 5 other brothers.
Yes,
that
sir.
I know that will always have my back no matter where I am. So that's it.
They riders. They better be, or you let me know if they're not.
I know, and they gonna get and she gonna get on you.
Hey,
That part.
player.
You better know it.
All right, so let's get to some of these questions. Let me
All
take
right.
a hot seat.
I'll go first.
All
Nah,
right,
wait.
so
I'll go first. That's what I'm saying.
You ain't doing no talking, brother. Go ahead and get on the mic.
come on, Mr. Kodak Smile. All right, so here we go. Can you describe what it was like growing up with a young single black mother? And part 2 is how did it shape you and your understanding of a family and resilience?
Felt weird. Felt like, I don't know. Felt like I was just like, I don't know, I was like in shock. Having a young black mom became shock.
Right? It threw me off. Like, you gotta elaborate on that.
No, because you said also single too, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was weird because you're not. I wasn't really used to you being like single. You usually was like my dad.
Right.
So it was weird for like when I was in like 7th grade, 8th grade. And I just got used to it. Like my freshman year.
It took you that long to get used to it?
Yeah.
I'm not mad at you. It took them a while too. But it wasn't like, but you know the crazy part? She don't be single long. Like, they be really wiping her up and stuff. Y'all want to hear that? I'm sorry. But your dad wiped her up. I'm just saying. Y'all dad wiped her up too. I was there to witness it. Sorry. All right, I'm going to be quiet. I'm going to let y'all just answer. I'm going to stay be quiet. Sorry, nephew.
Alright. So yeah, I mean, like Delana said, yeah, we were there. You know, we that first wave of it, right? So we seen it, and you know, for a good while, like I mean, probably till we were about 4 or 5. I definitely can remember like 4 or 5. It was kind of that one, right? You're like, oh, you know, mom and dad, we at the house on Spruce Street, and you know, we come there every day, and then obviously things happen, life happens, and then you know, mom and dad split up, and me and Dalen now are like, oh, okay, like my dad's still in the same place, he's just not in the house with us anymore. So it's a different thing. Now, you know, we used to go to school right across the street. Mom and dad might both walk us to school, and now it's just, you know, mom's just walking us to school before she go to work. And you don't really notice everything else going on. And, you know, as you get older, you know, you start realizing some things. And then, you know, somebody new comes in too. That was hard. I'm not gonna say that and lie. Like, we had real things, and then you learn to get over it, like, because you realize what's best for the family at the time. And then, you know, again, life happens again, and it's constant changing. But that's what you realize as you get older. Is life is constantly changing. Like, you know, and when you came into the picture, you don't even know. But when that happened, you know, I was like, oh, I'm about to have a little brother. I was 10. And I remember being the first one to tell mom that she was pregnant. She didn't believe me. But she didn't want to believe me. We was at Residence Inn, just for y'all who know what's up with that. And we was at the pool, and she was like, yo.
Some things they add up. Some things they add up.
Come on, why don't get in the pool? I could have just remember last year you was in the pool. But it's all right, though. Then we got there, and then
It'd be out of mouths of babes.
what's up? You look like you getting along. And, you know, I like it, but boom. There we go. And then Vanilla popped up.
Just popped up.
And then, you know, that's when things happen.
The elk dropped you off. The storage dropped you off.
Again, life throws you another curveball. Like you go from your life being one way. Obviously, you know, we were in Long Beach, and then we got to move, and that was a shock in itself because I don't think at the time we were ready to.
So
move.
wait, we got some more questions. Don't go so much into it. You're
I'm
supposed
just
to
getting
answer the basic one. Go ahead, Dalen, start, because I have a lot of questions. So some of them does go into that.
To answer the question, I feel like growing up with a single black mom, I can't speak for everyone, but I'll speak for me specifically. That shit is tough, yo. I ain't gonna lie, because I feel like
can't do none of this shit.
Not even. I'm not saying not even that. Yeah, that too. That too. Growing up with a single black mom around a lot of. Nah, like real talk.
I agree with you. I'm sorry. I agree with you because I was tweeted about black mom problems in Ocean Township. I definitely hit Twitter with that. My son did. Oh, he hit Twitter because they went to a party before you go there, and they were supposed to check in and be home at a certain time, and they weren't. So I went to the party.
See?
Okay, in my pajamas, with my mask on my face. And as I walked up the stairs, they was yelling, "Yo, Tyler, your mom outside." Yes, absolutely. So I hit Twitter, but go ahead. So I understand what you're talking about, black mom problems.
That's why I say it's hard to grow with black mom because like a good.
I got every ad nephew.
But a good black strong mom, like it's hard to grow with them because y'all gonna make sure that we like, you know what I'm saying? Y'all gonna make sure that we are respectable young men. You're gonna try to form us into the person that you want, you know what I'm saying? Like the man that y'all would want to be with. So I feel like for us, like I don't know, it's a lot of like, you know, learning trial and error essentially with life. So like we might do some like for example, with Tyler the party. Oh, you're gonna tell him go to the party, come home at this time. If you don't come home this time, you go out there, you guarantee he'll never come home late again. You sound
Baby.
That's life lessons. That's how you gotta learn with black mom. You can't learn like, oh well, I'll do it next time. No, she ain't going for that, bro. Like, you gotta make sure that you get that fixed, and like, you know what I'm saying. So I don't know. I say it definitely made me a stronger person. It made me realize like there's almost no room for mistake. But if you mess up, it's okay. Like, you know what I'm saying. It's not the end of the world if you mess up, but try not to mess up, bro. Because you know you got responsibility.
If there's one fork in the sink, she talking about it.
Facts. The whole house going down for that one. It don't matter.
I understand that. I understand that.
Oh my God.
I turned the power off in the house over some dishes. So listen, right to it. Click, 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 click.
Whatever you thought, growing up with black mom, definitely whatever you thought was yours that she bought, that's going right back.
All right, next question, nephew. Y'all being too much on my friend right now. Y'all being too much on my friend right now. You want to go low? I'm sorry, messing.
No, yeah, I thought you were questions.
Oh, you low went over. Okay. So, what are some of the most valuable life lessons you learned from your mother that still guide you to this very day? I like that one. You said that without thinking about it, nephew. That was on top.
That's a big thing.
And then watch how we hang around with.
Anything good? Let's see positive. What's positive? I'm crazy. Negative fortune. Something positive. You know what I'm saying?
Those are things that stuck in his mind. Okay.
You said some crazy stuff on the back. Don't trust nobody. Hold on, bro.
Listen. He ain't lying.
For those who know what happened between my freshman year and my sophomore year, to the guys who know what happened, you know what happened, bro.
Free the guys, man.
Free.
Oh my God. I cannot. Not free him.
Definitely. I think at a young age, Mom specifically empowered in us or put in us like the belief system of yourself, just in general. Like whatever you put your mind to, you can do. And also just don't care about what other people think if you know it's the right thing. Simple as that. And that goes back to like character, different things like that. So somebody might be doing something that, or a bunch of kids might just be doing something that you might not necessarily agree with, but don't be a follower. Always be a leader. So that got me through a lot of stuff, honestly, in life. I'll say that for a fact. Firsthand witness, like, it's never cool to be a follower. Like, no matter what. And even if everybody else is doing it just because they say it's cool, doesn't always mean it's cool. It's only cool if you genuinely believe that it's cool. Right?
Absolutely.
And then everything else will fall in place, and you'll see where those people or whatever happens to them, where they'll end up. And I think that kept me out of a lot of stuff, and and also just going on in life, just in general, like that helped me become a man, like in general. I went, especially when I was in high school. It's a long time to find. You know, you have to go through things, you have to find yourself, and then she's giving you room, but because she understands, and you don't think she do, but she does, and it's like it's stuff that she teaches you when you're younger. Like it'll be little stuff like that, like going back to the legal business thing. But it's when you get older, when you become a man and you have your own house and you have a girl or a wife or anybody, like who type of husband do you want to be? Do you want to be the husband that comes home and the wife just do everything and that's it, and then you know you don't appreciate it, or are you gonna help out? Are you gonna do this? Are you gonna pick up your shoes off the ground? Are you gonna keep your house clean? Are you gonna clean your room? What's wrong with you?
My nephew's getting emotional. I want another shot. I gotta have a shot. They getting me emotional over here. They doing so good. I love it.
I don't know. We gonna find out. January 17th. No, I think definitely there. Yeah, because you start realizing, you know, a lot of people out here be dirty for real, like that don't get that house trained when they're young. So I found that out firsthand.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Y'all know we all. I don't care. I'm telling you like it is. Y'all boys is nasty. My mom came down to my house and she knew what was going on. I said, "Hold on, Mom, you can't go in that bed." So yeah, but it's just there, like normal stuff like that. It's little details, and when you're a kid, it sucks, and you hear it every day. But then when you get older and you gotta start doing it for yourself, you realize why she said it, because then you realize how much light years ahead of everybody else you are.
Love that.
What about you, Dale?
Biggest lesson I learned, I would say from you, probably the whole be a leader, not a follower. That I know, like whatever you said, but that's honestly probably the biggest lesson I learned from you specifically, because I seen you start a lot of things from scratch that maybe somebody else wasn't doing, or I seen like you
Trendsetter.
like I seen you try to like experiment or like even put yourself out there in a way that maybe other people don't do, and they think it's like very like you know what I'm saying, like I guess unorthodox or like unordinary, you know what I'm saying? So somebody might look at it and be like, oh, I wouldn't do that, I would and talk crazy about it, but then meanwhile I see you doing it actually, you know what I'm saying, like real deal, like applying pressure from yourself to it. So it's like, hey, if she, you know what I'm saying, she leading her own way, shoot, let me try to do the same type thing. I think another lesson I learned, this one's from grandma mostly probably, would be don't be afraid to say what you feel. Like don't ever hold your tongue.
Baby.
You genuinely feel that something, don't be afraid to say what you feel, because there's no telling. You know what I'm saying? You don't know when you're going to.
Cause baby, she didn't hold her tongue for nothing.
Chance to say what you gotta say. So make sure that if there's something that you want to say, you say it. You don't.
Yeah, that was definitely a big one. Her.
Speak up.
All right. So, how did your mother's age and experience influence the way she raised you, and how did you navigate the generational gap?
Let me go first. My mom. No, I'm just playing. You was young when you had us. You was young. Later, you was young too.
We ain't on me.
I just saying. Look, look, we gotta talk about it, right? Listen, young, you know,
we were.
So a lot of stuff that, like, I don't know.
We were babies.
A lot of stuff that we're kind of going through right now. Like me, I know me.
Y'all was the guinea pigs, especially y'all.
Like,
the White and Tyler, y'all was the guinea pigs. I mean, I can't speak for you, but Tyler, he'll tell you. He remember. I'm not afraid to have him up here. I'm gonna give him a bunch of questions that you cannot answer. I am. I'm gonna let Dre come with the questions, but I'm gonna tell him if she asks you this, you better plead the fifth, or you better find another place to live. Okay? It's gonna be that tap tap, and that's if I tap twice, don't answer. If the right foot go up, girl, it was real. It was real.
Yeah, media trainer.
What? Right tap, twice tap. That's right. They ain't gonna listen anyway. That's all right. They going. My kids like to risk their lives. They do.
So go ahead. Let me just wait. Let's see what Dale say. Go ahead. Say you specifically what? Because you got a baby.
Me specifically.
So,
yeah, so I don't know. I just look at You know what I'm saying? Sometimes I'd be kind of scared to do certain things, like, you know, still smoke weed and stuff like that. But just certain things, like, I'd be kind of afraid to do it around him and stuff because I'd be like, damn, like, I don't want him to get older. You know what I'm saying? I don't want him to get older. Like, I don't want him to, like, remember this. Like, but then, you know, you gotta remember, he's like a baby right now. So I can just imagine what John was doing, what he was doing with us.
We weren't.
Hey, you, yes, I know. Hey,
Delana, we were smoking with him.
not smoking.
No.
I didn't say that.
We
But
was
just,
drinking.
no, I ain't
These lungs, these lungs are smoke free.
I didn't say that. I didn't say
Okay?
I was
These
smoking. I
lungs.
just said y'all was young ladies having fun. Right?
Absolutely. That's why y'all have to be upstairs and spruce in the room together, and don't come down them stairs, kids. Just saying.
But then that me and Dwight did some crazy stuff. It was also like
Yeah.
me and Dwight ended up on TVs and Roxy.
Yeah.
Because niggas was out there just like, that's why. Because
We was in the building. Okay, was in the building.
Y'all just
But
doing too much.
at least we didn't put y'all in the oven like some of these moms be doing.
that's crazy.
Because they be putting these kids in the oven now, confused. And they was way older than us. Yeah, y'all survived.
I did a great job.
You ain't about to lay that part two kids in the oven?
Real deal.
And put it on. Put them in the oven and put it on.
It was just mostly trial and error. Like being young, or being, like, you know, having your parents get out there. Everything is like you got to kind of learn as you go. Like there is no, yeah, as far as your grandparents and stuff like that, but it's your parents. Like, you know what I'm saying? So it's trial and error. And then this is the person we're gonna grow a relationship with. So like the same way that I remember my mom sitting there sweating, doing like laundry, trying to get me and Dwight ready to go like to school or whatever in the morning, or her going to work and then me and Dwight purposely skipping the bus and then her coming home and then being like, what y'all doing? I worked too hard for y'all to skip the bus. You know what I'm saying? Like stuff like that.
They was skipping the bus.
Yeah.
Girl, I fucked them up.
So see stuff like that. So us being young,
That's how many times it happened.
us being young, we thought we were gonna get married. She's not gonna care. She's young about that. But no. And another thing, she was very active too. Like y'all were both very active and involved with like as far as your kids like wanting to go outside and have fun. Like Tyler and you know what I'm saying? Dwight, like what just in general, sports, everything. You're still involved with sports. You know what I'm saying? She kind of got lucky because this man don't play no sports, so she lucked out now. Now she got to pay attention to video games and cars and stuff. So you got a whole new thing. Yep. So
And you guys played outside too. You know what I mean? You guys were those kids that not all this generation gets. You guys used to play outside in the driveway. You know what I mean? And right in front of the house.
outside the driveway.
All right, baby. You play in the driveway too.
I used to play in the driveway. I used to be outside.
You right. No, you right, Manolo. You right.
Listen. Because who was that? It was me, Jared, Janai, Jamie. Who was that one? Who was that one girl?
But sir,
We're not putting people's names on there. We're staying focused with the
sir.
You know we get distracted.
I know. You never got your bike story, bro.
You don't know in there, bro.
You hold on. Let's talk about the story. Let's go. We don't never got your
We're not getting to this question.
You never had that.
I'm the big bro.
Cornbread pancakes? Yeah, that's what I thought.
Dwight,
You don't know about a cornbread pancake, bro.
That was Nobody knows. Nobody knows what he did. They ain't let me know. But anyway, cornbread pancakes and tomato sauce, spaghetti with no meat sauce, nigga, no sugar. Just eat this. That was it. That's it. That's all he said. All right, it was crazy. That Quiznos cut. He knows what's going on. But we're not gonna talk about you. We gonna let you live there for right now. But yeah, like in general, you know, first of all, going back to what Dale said, you ain't had no driveway. You ain't have everybody in the neighborhood coming to your house just because you had the only goal basketball goal in the neighborhood. And everybody, we talking about people that's about to be in high school coming to your house.
4 or 5 bikes outside, bro.
Outside, we done ran through 4 or 5 bikes just because they kept stealing our bikes because we ain't lock them up. But that's another thing. And they get asked for not locking them up, and they going back. Mom knocking on the neighbor's doors trying to figure out what happened to our bikes and why they took. You ain't know that.
About to go to jail for some bikes. About to beat them up.
About to go to jail. About to go to jail for a lady trying to steal our dog because we came back from came back from Pittsburgh. But this is the stuff. This is what I mean. When it comes to having a young mom, you had mom again when she was still young, but you didn't have the raw and uncut still learning. Still learning. Like
BTA.
There was no
any
way.
minute, bro.
There was no way.
BTA.
My kids are not coming up here.
In the microwave too long?
And it's
Too much milk in the cereal?
it wasn't because she was trying to hurt us, right? And it's true though. See, it wasn't because she was trying to hurt us. It was because she was learning.
Yeah, like how do you raise a man? How do you raise a man as a woman?
Yeah.
That's just like
learn.
sometimes your voice just don't do it. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you gotta like, you know what I'm saying?
So-
Kind of like instill that.
So in
I don't know.
situations now where she can handle you a lot better because she had to learn what worked.
Yeah.
One, she already had 2 examples already. So like, if something didn't work for her, the other one is going to have to work for the other one. And then once you get past that, you just realize, okay, well, maybe I got to try a new approach. And that's where that comes from. So if anything, you're the most polished version of what she's become.
Yes.
And we were there, yeah. And I understand that. I was the guinea pig. I'm not gonna sit here and lie to you. There was things that I probably could have gotten away with if I was your age, but I'm happy that I learned at a younger age because then it made me realize, okay, well, everybody has their times and they have to learn a lot. And then it also put me above everybody else when it comes to thinking, okay, well, I know what not to do, right? Like, and how to act like a normal person. And that also helped, form friendships. Like, I'm not afraid to talk to people because I can talk to my mom, because even though these people who would be older than her think that, oh, that's it, that's what it is, or you don't know how to speak. No, she teaches you how to be able to talk to an adult at a young age. That has taken me so much further in life that I can even think about, because I'm now at that age where I'm dealing with nothing but adults, and they're generations older than me, not just one generation. I'm talking about multiple. And I'm having real dialogue, being able to have real conversations, and then articulate myself the same way. And they know, okay, he was raised right. Like, it's something that it's a different aura. Sometimes they might be intimidated, but that's because that's what it is. Aura.
I'm done.
That's just what it is. And learn from there. That's what we were able to take from you too, both of you. Like, at the end of the day. And obviously, I'm pretty sure Tyler and Karen will say the same thing, but at the same time, it's really more. I thought it was a blessing, right? Because when I was younger, everybody used to ask me how old my mom was, and then I tell them, and they'd be like, "What? Like, who's that? Like, what do you mean?" I'm like, "Yeah, I was 20 at the time. She's 28. Yeah, my mom's 28. Hey, mom's 55 years old. About to kick the bucket." So I'm sitting here like, "Dang, hey, dad's 65." That's crazy. So I'm just saying. So for y'all that thought that my mom was my sister when she used to go on the parent teacher conferences, now y'all know better. But anyway, I'm just saying the truth. Like, that's what it was, and even though it was times like that, and it also made you realize how much honestly how brutal the world can be when you do have a young parent, because they don't think that, because of what they go through, they don't think that your parent is equipped with the same things their parents, because they're older. But just because you're older don't actually mean that you're wiser, or that you actually know what you're doing. And a lot of them that I now see have gone down that path with your parents definitely didn't know what the hell they were doing, because y'all crazy as hell. But I would suggest maybe you have a young mom, because maybe you would have used some sense and it would have helped you out. But that's none of my business. But I'm just saying. And then, at the end of the day, that's just what it is. So maybe she needs to take y'all to church. Maybe that's what it was.
Somebody pass the mic. Pass the mic. Pass the mic.
I'm gonna say that.
All right, I like this one. How did your relationship with your mom influence your views on love, marriage, and parenting?
I don't trust no one. I don't trust no female out there, bro. And I'm gonna tell you why. I don't trust no one. I don't trust no
I done dropped my cords.
Because some stuff that I told my mom, I would never tell my girlfriend. I feel like if I told my girlfriend, she'd probably look at me like, okay. There's certain things I can tell my mom that go on in my head that I know I'm not saying I'm not every time I see them. That's not me saying I feel like every girl is like that. No, I'm not saying it like that. It's just, I don't know. If I could have a perfect ideal relationship with a female, it would be kind of on like the same lines of like how I'm open with my mom. I'd be open with my girlfriend, but I haven't found any girl that be like that right now. And y'all girls are scary nowadays, 2024. City girls done messed y'all up. I ain't gonna lie. Listen, y'all are, you know what I'm saying?
We outside.
I just kind of get scared nowadays. So I'm still gonna try. Never trust City girls messed it up. Not her. City girls messed it up.
So how we listening?
Go ahead.
For me, I'll say it actually helps, right? Like I'll say that definitely worked. I used to be definitely wild when I was younger. Had a lot of growing up to do, but I would say I think so. Right now, I'm the most polished version I could be of myself,
Yeah.
and because of all the things that I learned through, I'm able to give that to who my wife is going to be soon. You know, Alexis, who you know you out there. But because of that, I'm able to do those things, and you know, it helped. It really did. Like it was trials and tribulations, and it was crazy. But at the time, I didn't know. I didn't even know. Even last year, I really didn't know if I was gonna really be in a relationship, and you know, kind of came out of nowhere. And it was unexpected, but it.
Ooh,
I love it. I love it. Put some respect on her name.
That's just what it is. Like, yeah, no, seriously.
They
I'm
say
just
God makes
thankful.
no
Like, God
mistakes,
doesn't
man.
make mistakes. You know, He put this gorgeous woman in my life. She definitely changed me around, and I didn't think it was gonna happen. I'll tell you that. and it did though. Seriously, and even through every day is a battle. Like it goes there, but at the end of the day, it's because she cares, and then I realized how much it goes back to what you learned from your mom. Like, it's not gonna be easy. It's not always gonna be easy, but that's what makes it worth it.
Absolutely.
When it's not easy. If it was easy, then everybody would come.
There we go. There we go. Low.
Oh no, I'll never trust him.
Wait, low.
I have a reason too.
Wait, what videos, nephew?
Listen.
Low. Is it because your videos got leaked?
No,
Wow.
it wasn't that.
You talking about that?
We
already brought it up.
That's a different what's the name?
That's a different podcast.
That's a different topic. Topic. They don't even know. Oh my god.
Hurry up and spit it out. Come on, we ask the question.
Because those girls be moving slick.
What you mean about that?
I'll say they move funny because nowadays you got technology, so now it's like you can like I don't know, you can turn off like their location, but like for them it'll still be on like for you. And no, I don't know, just be some crazy stuff. Yeah, so I feel bad for Manola generation. Like our generation
of dating.
Everyone got it way worse than me and Dalen had it when we said
Turn off her location.
and
What do you need her location?
they
They didn't even have
but
location back
it's
then.
like that. And it's crazy. Like
I see
it
what
is
you mean.
wild
That's
how
the difference.
everything's moving on. And yeah, and that's what they are. That's what they going through right now. That's just what it is, bro. Like you can't run from it, but you
For his
gotta live it, so
generation-
you just gotta learn how to be.
For his generation, I feel like
Yeah.
it's not really like about being like faithful or nothing like that. It's more just about like who could be like the biggest, like, you know what I'm saying? Which is
Flexer.
not really
It's about-
flexor,
I
but like
think
who could be.
so.
I'm about to say who could necessarily be like out there the most. Like, you know what I'm saying? That's really how it is. So I understand where you're coming from when you say you don't trust. Because
Everybody wants to be
that whole
clout.
everything from
Everybody
like
wants to chase
everything from
cameras.
like I want to say like 25 and down right now is just cooked low key. Like everything, as far as like females, even dudes, like just whole thing's cooked. I'm not gonna lie. City girls done messed it up. Hold on,
Knock it off.
Not just city girls. Y'all better.
You got one more
messed it up.
I'm
man.
done.
It started with Nikki, we love you, but
Nice on Nikki. Nice on Nikki.
I'm
Nice on
saying
Nikki.
it started that age, that era, and then going down.
But even before that, like,
That bad. Yeah.
but even before that, like, I was having a conversation about like the music now, right? And at first, I was like, listening to like, Gorilla, what's it, Sexy Red, you know what I mean? I'm like, oh my God, this is so raunchy. Like listening to it, and then a friend of mine was like, we heard, y'all remember Little Kim? Like you remember Little Kim lyrics? You know what I mean? So you forget sometimes when it's a different era. You do forget sometimes. So it's I put it back there, but it is very hard. I can't imagine Low because Low and Braylon, yeah.
Too short. They don't wanna- What's that one song they used to play in the club? Shake that what?
Little whistle.
Hold up. No.
Little whistle.
Yo, you was listening
That's-
to some
I'm
old
just
school
saying,
back in the
but we
day.
was-
I mean, the other day.
Little
Look,
Whistle,
they were-
But
You was bringing that 50 back.
it
I
was
listen to
there.
50 Cent. I don't listen to nobody else.
It was
I
definitely
listen to
there.
50 Cent. Too many old people that.
Definitely got
Oh,
better.
you just
Don't give up though, Low.
I I ain't say
Go
all.
ahead.
It's a nice girl out here somewhere. It's a nice girl out there.
Right.
All right. Let me see. Looking back, do you think your mom had a certain philosophy or mantra that she tried to instill in you, even if she didn't say it exactly?
Hell yeah. It's a method to the madness.
Yeah.
Every time I heard that, I wanted to. It got so bad I tried to run away. We ain't gonna talk about that.
You want to talk about your boy?
But at the end of the day,
13 miles.
at the end of the day, it did make sense. And I hate to say it, because you know I hate being wrong. But I hate to say it, but it was true. It is always a method to the madness. No matter what you think, no matter how small the detail or whatever, it could be something so particular. I don't want you laying on the couch or just something like that. But there's always a meaning
He's
behind
so
it. You
shady.
might
My
not
nephew's
know
so
at the time.
shady.
You won't have to know at the time, but you'll know. You'll learn. And it'll be there. And that's it. That's the only one that I remember for a fact. Because that used to be all the time.
Dylan?
My first one be from grandma. Don't give me no 2 for 1.
Yeah.
All she used to say, yo, don't give me no 2 for 1. Don't give me no. Oh, even if you was right, just don't give me no 2 for 1. So that's what I learned. Like, listen to your elders. Essentially, that's what that means. Listen to your elders. All right, cool. From my mom,
You bumping your nose.
my mom. Probably like don't be butthurt or like why are you so butthurt or something like that because it's so simple like it's so like it sounds so stupid and so
And
simple.
you know, so crazy. So
But,
many
like,
people use my stuff now.
Yeah, see,
I said that they
They should have trademarked it.
I swear to God.
To me, it means a lot more. It means like don't like you can't cry for stroke.
Is it that's the
Like
part?
don't like you mad but for what? Like,
Mhm.
don't be butthurt, bro. Like just keep like life gonna keep going on. Don't be mad. Essentially, that's probably the best one I got from mom. Yeah,
Well?
I don't even know.
It's not-
You see the difference? The difference in the
It's so
answers.
good.
Okay. We got two valid, very well thought of, but he just be like, I don't even know.
What's something that mom say all the time that you remember that you know specifically?
Right now.
Anything.
When you're
Yeah.
16 years
Even if
old.
it's like take out the garbage. What is it?
About to be
Whenever
17. Every time I get inside the house, I can never even slow down.
as soon as I step in the house after going to school for 9 hours, I'm gonna go home, lay down, and I don't even get to even put the key in the key thing. As soon as she hears me, she's like, take the dog out. I'm like, I didn't even get inside the house. I'll sit my friend's son. This man like, oh, you gotta take the trash. I'm like, oh, bro.
Like
But
that.
first of all, that's how you know.
And then, wait.
I'm at work when he gets out of school.
Wait.
That's number one.
And then every time I get home from school, I'll forget to take out the trash in the morning. So I'm like, all right, maybe someone else is gonna take out the trash for me. I come home, they talk about some boy, you gotta take out the trash. Y'all was home all day, and y'all didn't do it. Y'all didn't do it. If it was y'all, I got y'all. It don't matter.
You don't know because you wasn't doing it at the time.
It don't
You started doing it
matter.
when you got older. But me and Dalen had, bro, it was so bad we used to have a system and write it on a little thing and on the like on the calendar, on the refrigerator, just about who's gonna take out trash or who's gonna do chores that week.
Responsibility.
Yeah.
It's responsibility.
We used to trade whoopings to see who didn't have to do chores. Mainly Dalen was taking
I took 60.
But I'll tell you right now,
I took 60 to not take out that garbage. Are you kidding me? Yo.
I'll tell you right now.
Yeah. No.
I told that nigga I need the word, the sun, and the moon.
What's the procedure when a bad bitch walk in the room?